That pecan tree lined lane through that screen door here at Down on the Farm Radio Country. I'm Larry Marble. It's the 28th day of December 2023 and the Christmas edition of Down on the Farm. Let's take a look at DTN's Southern Crops edition and see how corn, beans, wheat, cotton, live cattle, feeder cattle, and lean hogs performed yesterday. March corn ended up 3 3/4 at 476.5. A quiet, bearish day of trading between Christmas and New Year's with little news to report. The week's report on ethanol production from the Energy Department is going to be out today at 10, and weekly export sales will be out tomorrow. It's still too early to make much assessment on Brazil's larger corn crop. Typically planted in late January and February, Wednesday's forecast looks mostly beneficial for soil moisture for that region. March soybeans started the day lower, but ended up 1.5 to 2 higher at 13.20.5 on Wednesday, slightly extending Tuesday's 12 3/4 cent gain during this holiday week. As we see March Kansas City wheat, it closed down 7 3/4 cents at 6.35, chopping back and forth in a narrow sideways trade range for the past 2 weeks while staying above November's low of 5.95, made the same week as a bullish weekly reversal. Fundamentally, it's difficult to find any argument for U.S. wheat prices to start trending higher anytime soon. As we move toward cotton, neighbor, we find out that the cotton market traded with two-sided action on Wednesday as weekly, monthly, and quarterly and yearly position squaring by speculators and hedgers influenced that choppy market. USDA is going to release export sales tomorrow. The one-day delay is a result of Monday's Christmas observance. For the impending New Year's Day holiday, the cotton market is going to trade normal hours on Friday. The U.S. dollar continued to get pounded yesterday as the majority of traders are expecting the Fed to lower interest rates perhaps as many as 3 times during 2024 to make up for Joe Biden's sorry job as president. Neighbor, as we look toward livestock, those futures moved in different directions throughout the day due to part limited volume and light holiday trade activity. Firm gains in the feeder cattle trade have been offset by pressure in both live cattle and lean hog futures midweek. Neighbor, I'm Larry Marble. We're here with Tracy Phillips, the Texas landlady of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate. They specialize in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acres. Tracy, tell us about this hunting ranch listing you've got near Junction.
Sure thing, Larry. Bowood Spring Ranch is a stunning 1,430-acre ranch that provides some amazing hunting opportunities.
How so?
The white-tailed deer harvested on this ranch have scored between the 140s and the 270s, and the area was used as a breeding facility for years, which the whitetail on the property are a testament to that.
Any blinds and feeders?
Oh, yes. We've got 14 blinds, 14 feeders throughout the property. Corn and protein have been utilized since 2017. In addition to the whitetail, there's also axis, black buck, a small fallow herd, Pierre David, scimitar oryx, and various species of ram on the ranch.
How can people get in touch to schedule a viewing of this showplace?
They can always call me direct, 512-393-9996, or find us online at homesteadandranch.com.
Tracy, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
I loved it. Thank you so much, Larry.
Neighbor, let's take a look at our meat moves from yesterday. The national pork carcass cutout value for Wednesday, 40 cents stronger at 82.52. The fresh bacon index for the week ended 12/22. 117.11 up by 281 from the prior week. The week's federally inspected hog slaughter, 939,000 head through Wednesday. Neighbor, as we turn our head and steer our gaze toward the beef side of the protein equation, we see that USDA's wholesale box prices shown at $291.48 for the choice, $260.32 for select on Wednesday afternoon. That was a $1.83 drop of choice and $87 weaker of select. Federal inspection for cattle through Wednesday, 225,000 head compared to 256 in thousands of head during the same week last year. Looks like USDA reported minimal cash activity so far this week, but not enough to quote a trend. Neighbor, There's your meat moves from yesterday. Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle work in pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000 or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. Neighbor, now it's time for a Texas Farm Bureau feature. I really enjoyed James Hunt from Amarella. Of course, I was born in the South Plains, grew up on the Llano Estacado and the Panhandle, and James does a wonderful job, and it really makes me miss that part of the country for a second or two. James, what's your topic?
The AgriLife Outlook for Cattle. I'm James Hunt with Around the Caprock on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. Looking ahead to 2024, Dee Dee Jones of Texas A&M AgriLife says she's not sure if cattle prices will return to the very high levels reached earlier this year, but she does see the market posture as a bullish one. The fundamentals argue in favor of strong cattle prices as inventories remain low, and Jones says there doesn't appear to be a rush toward herd rebuilding.
There's not many guys that are wanting to buy a $2,500 or $3,000 cow right now with questionable grassland conditions and 9% interest.
But while Dee Dee Jones does see potential for cattle prices rising again, the cost of feeding those animals could be an issue for Texas Panhandle producers.
I think the grain fee will be lower because corn prices are lower, but we've still got some issues with high hay cost and then also pasture land. One of the things I was talking to somebody about recently was that, last year I think we budgeted in the cost of leasing wheat pasture at 60 cents per pound of gain. This year it's running more like 90 to $1 per pound of gain. And, I've been here 25 years and I've never, ever seen wheat pasture go for that much.
Jones says the feed cost issue is tied directly to insufficient rain. The fact is, most of the Texas Panhandle has been in a dry spell since June.
I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for cattle, not so much prices. Like I said, I think the market is fairly bullish at the moment, which is positive. It's going to be more, will we get this El Nino everybody's been talking about, which if anybody's looked outside, it has not hit yet. And will we have pasture and wheat availability come spring and summer?
Once again, that's Texas A&M AgriLife Risk Management Specialist Dee Dee Jones. I'm James Hunt on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Of course, neighbor, the Texas Farm Bureau product is brought to you by your local Texas Farm Bureau agency. Neighbor, this time last week, while Hop Sing was feeding us, Jody Fry was getting ready for the cattle sale at Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Of course, they have already done that sale, and their first one, I guess, will be on the 4th of January. Jody, let's review that last one, why don't we?
680 head. Pretty good quality cattle to end out the year. Slaughter cows and bulls, weak to $2 lower. The slaughter bulls were selling about steady. The cows kind of $1 to $2 lower. A reminder, that was the last cattle sale for 2023. The first cattle sale will be on January the 4th. Better quality steers, 400 to 600 pounds from $2 all the way up to a high of near $290, mostly $220 to $250. Better quality heifers, 400 to 600 pounds, $185 all the way up to a high of $250. Mostly $210 to $225. Slaughter cows average to high yielding 73 to 87. Still some of those highest yielding slaughter cows 88 to 96. Thin or very low yielding cows, including some of the longhorn cows, from 55 to 70. Slaughter bulls average to high yielding from 88 to $1. Just a few of those highest yielding slaughter bulls today from 103 to a high of 111. Bred cows had one group of young to solid mouth heavy bred cows, black and black white face. That group brought $18.50.
Jody, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You bet. We'll be there at the office office, 325-653-3371. My mobile phone's 234-7895.
You know, I was looking on Facebook the other day and noticed it was a friend of mine's birthday. He is quite the craftsman. He loves to work with wood. He can build almost anything, and I needed a gift idea for him. So I thought about MG Building Materials, the perfect place to get gift cards. That's right. What better way than an MG gift card to get someone just the right thing if they like to construct stuff? Available in any denomination from $10 to $100, MG gift cards have no expiration date, nor do they incur a service fee. MG's cards can be redeemed at any of their 5 locations: San Antonio, Kerrville, Pleasanton, Corpus Christi, and Uvalde. So whether you need a power tool to build something, or some wood to build something, or some fencing, gosh, that'd be a great gift. MG Building Materials, mgbuildingmaterials.com.
Neighbor, now it's time to catch up with Leo Casas, Casas Cattle Company, Beeville, Texas. Leo, how are you today?
Doing good, Larry. Well, the weather's been nice. It's been sunny but not hot, cool but not cold. Cattle are doing really good. We're selling another set of Brahman cattle we're going to load up Tuesday, and I bought a really good set of Brangus bulls. Come in 2-year-olds. They are excellent. 18, 20 months old. All registered bulls. There's 10 of them. Anybody interested in them, and they are excellent. I should have got a better photo of them and some better video. And I'm going to pick them up Thursday. Let me know if anybody is interested in them. They're not very high, and they're extremely good and very, very gentle. So again, really good Brangus bulls. If anyone is interested, I can be reached at 361-362-5863. Keep up with us on a daily basis on Instagram, Casas Cattle _Rancher 3, or log on to my website for photos, videos, and information. CasasCattle.com. CASAS, CasasCattle.com. We're the bull people.
Neighbor, are you ready for a super simple DIY? That's a do-it-yourself product from McCoy's Building Supplies. Spruce up a worn-out but perfectly seasoned barbecue grill with a coat or 2 of Rust-Oleum high-heat spray paint. All Rust-Oleum spray paints are 20% off with a coupon now through the 28th of this month. Where do you get the coupon? Go to McCoy's Building Supply Store's Facebook page. You'll find it. That coupon worth 20% off all of the Rust-Oleum products that'll dress up that barbecue grill and be a great DIY project for a Saturday. That's McCoy's Building Supplies. Go to McCoys.com for details. Neighbor, of course, Ken Jordan didn't have a sale this week or last. Now, he did have one in San Saba right before the holiday. I guess his next one will be the 4th of January. Ken, how was Mason the last time you sold them there?
You bet, Larry. Went real well today. We had right at 538 head of cattle. I thought overall the market opened up this week with a steady tone on pretty well all classes of the KF yearlings. I thought overall stock steers sold steady, and some of the really dried out kind lighter cattle probably were $5 higher. Had a group of steers weighed $395 today at $318. Those 300-pound steers dollar out $1,250, $6 and a little change. I thought the feeder steers and heifers they sold steady because compared to last week. Packer cows probably sold $2 higher today, while bulls pretty well remained steady. Also, pairs and bred cows sold in good demand on a steady market. Overall, good strength of market kind of in the year, Larry.
What's left for Thursday in San Saba?
Well, we'll not have a sale Thursday. Most all the buyers are shutting down pretty well Wednesday, I think. And so we decided not to have a sale then because a lot of the cattle that they would buy, by the time they get them all together, shipped out, they wouldn't get there until Christmas Eve. So we won't have them then. So we'll be off and be available by phone, whatever. Somebody needs to call us about our cow sales, special sales, whatever it is. They can give us a call. Our first sale then of the new year will be Thursday, January the 4th at San Saba, Larry.
Good. JordanCattle.com is the website. The telephone number?
Is area code 325-372-5159. Want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas over the holidays, Larry.
You bet. We'll talk to you later. Thank you so much, Ken.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm Radio, and I'm with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, you know, I'm an old sheep and goat man, was raised that way, and I love working sheep and goats with good equipment, and I bet you D&D can help me out, can't you?
Yes, sir. Larry, we are now carrying sheep and goat panels and working equipment from Rivera Panels. They're a family-owned company out in the little town of Lomita. They make quality equipment from working chutes to pens, all sorts of feeders that you can choose from as well.
Real great options for sheep and goat people. I know we've got them in Texas. I know we've got them in Guadalupe County. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Larry, you can get a hold of me at 830-379-7340, extension 161. More than happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
We appreciate you. That's Stephen from D&D talking about their sheep and goat equipment, ddtexasoutfitters.com. Maybe here's a shotgun look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle. Milo, 1044. Yellow corn to Corpus, 514 3/4. Houston wheat, 655. Plasto beans, 1218. Texas cotton, 7608 on 7,311 bales. That's it. That's all. Neighbor, I'm gone.